Hi, welcome back to the farm. My name's Roz, also known as Passion Flower, and you'll find me here each week talking about my farming and creative life. If you didn't watch last week's episode, as you can see, I have a bandage on my nose. I have had a cancer removed. And if you did watch, thank you so much for all of the really kind messages and good thoughts and wishes and suggestions on how I can manage in the meantime until this is not a big bandage on my face anymore. I'm recovering pretty well. It is hurting still to wear my glasses for long periods of time. It's pressing on my nose and it gets quite uncomfortable. So I've been taking my glasses on and off quite a bit, even at work, which then kind of leads to eye strain, which is not the best. As soon as I finish recording, I'll take these off again, but I needed to see the controls to be able to record, so they need to stay on. They're also getting quite dirty because I'm touching them a lot more, which is really, really frustrating. In terms of progress, I have had the bandage removed from the side of my face where the graft was taken from. There are still some stitches in there, but they will dissolve. And I'm almost at the point where I can lay on this side without it hurting. There's just a few stitches that are still a little bit tender. In terms of the nose, so the doctor has seen me again and he was really happy with how everything is going so far. He just kind of gave it a press and asked me some questions, but we've left it bandaged on because he said the longer that the bandage can stay on, the better that the graft will be able to take. So my hope is that on this coming Tuesday, I will be able to have this big bandage taken off because it's starting to get quite uncomfortable and itchy, and that a smaller just patch can go over just the site itself for a little bit longer. And hopefully everything is doing what it should under there and healing really well. He got back the results from the lump that was removed and it was a cancer. So he was like so thrilled that we acted really quickly and got it out when we did, and that there was enough clearance. So it looks like that everything has been gotten out at this stage. So that's really good news, but I still have a little while to go in terms of the healing. The most exciting thing that I've done in the past week is that I went to the hairdressers and got my hair washed. You just, until you haven't been able to wash your hair, you have no idea how amazing it feels when you can. So as soon as this was bandage was off, and he said that I could get it a little bit wet, I went to the hairdresser. She was lovely and gentle. I put a towel over it and she was able to wash the rest of my hair and give me a bit of a style. Hopefully by this time next week, I'm able to get my whole face wet. Maybe not. I don't know. I will definitely be going back to the hairdressers for another wash if I haven't been able to do that myself. I'm using the nozzle of my shower. I can take it off. It's one of those small ones on the hose, so I can do showering by myself without getting my face even close to being wet. But it's very hard to then try and do like a one-handed hair wash and not get your face wet and all of that kind of stuff. So I'm just leaving it for as long as I possibly can and just using a face washer for the time being and being really careful to not get any of the bandages wet. Well, the cats have been the ones that have been benefiting from me not doing a whole lot. It's probably the sheep who have lost out a little bit. I've only been over a couple of times. I mean, I've got plenty of hay. That hasn't been an issue in terms of actual feed, but in terms of company and checking in on them and giving them the extra bit of grain, I've only done that a few times in the past couple of weeks. So I've just given them some now, and that has made them much quieter than when I first arrived over here. They were barring and carrying on for a little while, but they seem much happier now. As I said last week, I'm not going to be doing any re-dyeing of anything, I don't think. I haven't to this point, and it's not likely that I will over these next what's like a week before my next market. So the next market is Melbourne Fibre Fest, which is at the Coburg Town Hall on the 23rd and 24th of May. Really looking forward to that. It's always a good 2-day event. and I have plenty of stock, but I do now need to do that little rejig to figure out how I'm going to present everything based on the fact that I haven't been able to do any re-dyeing and that I've had some orders in these past few weeks. So that has also diminished stock a little bit as well. But that's okay. Honestly, I'm not sure how much I would have ended up getting done anyway. But this has kind of been a bit of a good excuse to not stress out about it and just go with what I have. And I'm sure that it will be completely fine. First of what I'm wearing this week, this is the Melanie. I don't know the name of the designer. I'll make sure that I put it on the screen for you. I made it out of Liasum in their Pole Merino Grey, and the pink is a Tencel, I think it was the Coral colorway by Fiberific, and it's a lace weight. She doesn't dye anymore, but she does have a YouTube channel. And I love the sleeves on this. It's a great length, and I like how the rolled hems look on everything. I may end up making another one of these because it is a really good in between jumper. And for me, like with sleeves, I always end up putting them to about here anyway. So these are nice and comfortable. I only did a really little bit of knitting this past week after basically none the week before. Again, as I said, it's hurting to wear my glasses for any long period of time. And I've been back at work this past week. So most of the glasses wearing time has been at work. And then when I come home, I'm done. I just basically take them off and only put them back on if I need to read something. Because my vision, long distance vision, is actually reasonably good, but it's sort of like that mid range and close up that's not the best. But I'll share with you what I did do. I played around with some crochet for a little while without my glasses on at all. I thought I should make some reusable makeup removers because I've been using like little round cotton pad things, and they just go into landfill, and that seems really crazy. So I didn't really care about what I was doing in terms of the stitch count or the shape or whatever, and they're all slightly different sizes, and I'm sure I use different stitches. You can see they're different sizes. Look at that. But I found some pink Bendigo cotton 8-ply and decided to just make myself a few circles that I can use for makeup. I'll probably do a few more of these, and then I can just have them in rotation and have one like rinse and dry and have them going to the wash, and hopefully that they work nicely, but also then I'm not putting into the rubbish, which is nice as well. The other thing I worked on is a gift for my sister for her birthday. I don't think she watches these regularly, so she might not see, but she did kind of know that I put away a skein of yarn for her for this particular project. Right back when I designed the cowl neck poncho pattern, I made one in this honey color for my sister, but it ended up getting accidentally put into the washing machine and it felted, so that had to go in the bin. And when this base that I did design it with, which is an alpaca merino nylon lace, when it was discontinued, I had a few skeins left, and I made sure to put aside one of these honey colorways so that I could make her a brand new version of a cowl neck poncho for her. So I actually started this last week before I recorded last week, but I didn't have a lot to show. So I was wearing my glasses just a tiny little bit to do the cast on and to do the neck. And then once I got into the shaping for the shoulders, and I was on slightly bigger needles, and now that I'm on, I think these are size 5.5. I haven't hit this a 5.5. No, it's a 6. I'm not using my glasses when I'm working on this now. I'm just doing it mostly by feel and kind of having it about out here, like in front of me a little bit if I need to see anything, and that's totally fine. So I'm making reasonably good progress on this. I'm past the shoulder shaping and I'm just knitting around and around at the moment. I've got it quite bunched up so you really can't see. Got plenty to go. I need to knit until I have about 12 grams left, and then I can do the ruffle and bind off at the end. So I need to continue to work on that so that it's ready for her birthday in a couple of weeks. but that is literally the only thing that I have touched because, as I said, I've been not able to really wear my glasses that much. And when I have, I've actually been really, really tired from having been at work and having been on antibiotics and all of that stuff. And so I am just getting to bed, actually, just going to bed like really, really early, almost having dinner. And as soon as it gets dark, I'm like, yep, I'm done, out for the count. So I'm hoping that over this next week, my energy levels increase a little bit because I do need to be ready and able to go to Coburg for the 2 days on the 23rd and 24th of May. Well, that's it for another week. Thanks for spending some time with me. If you're enjoying these videos, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I look forward to seeing you next week on the farm. Bye.